Hello, everybody. Grand Rising, and welcome to the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers. You're here today for another installment of Rise Up Breathwork with Matt Thomson. Matt, I just wanted to express my gratitude to you for your consistency and helping me become accountable, and a lot of the other members of our community, coming together all these Friday nights and really like showing up for each other. It means so much to me, and I'm so grateful for our friendship, and I don't know if I've really expressed that before on the show.
Thank
So
you.
I just wanted to start with that. And yeah, this Friday night would be an amazing time for you guys to come and check out the People's Congregation. We are having a fundraiser. The fundraiser is to benefit the Bay Staters for Natural Medicine. If you guys are not signed up for my newsletter, please go to pcsam.org. I sent out some information this morning. Tickets are going to be going fast. And what's really cool is the cannabis industry, the local South Shore industry, is helping to get behind wellness. We will be providing everybody with $20 coupons to the Bud Bus, good for your first delivery for cannabis, because of course cannabis is the OG plant medicine that I've been supporting for 25 years. But so James Davis and the Bay Staters for Natural Medicine, that's about 3,000 volunteers with this grassroots organization. And they've single-handedly decriminalized psilocybin now, I think, in 10 towns. And there's some legislation that's going to be statewide coming soon. So you guys definitely follow them. Lots of great work there. So again, it's our pleasure to support them. So if you guys are planning on coming, sign up on our website.
Yeah.
So alas, we're here to breathe,
Which
I always need.
Yeah, I'm excited for that on Friday, though. There's nothing like
a sound bath. Yeah,
sound
so
bath.
not just are we benefiting, right? So what the event actually is we're going to sip a nice chai. Lion's mane. Yep. So I'm going to have 3 different lion mane formulations, and they're either grounding, energizing, or kind of more focusing. And so you'll get to decide how you want to spike your chai with one of these lion's mane elixirs. And then at 7:30, we'll take our shoes off, and then we'll go upstairs to Open Doors. Shout out to them also for letting us use the space. And Lori Fitzpatrick of Healing Vibrations will be leading the ceremony. And there's many reasons why a sound bath is good for you. It helps boost your immune system. I mean, it just helps you get into a meditative state that has a quality that's so full body. I get so many tingles and just, visions, and it's really hard to explain. The place that
almost like you're soaking in like a new frequency.
Yeah.
And bringing something like into the body a little bit.
Yeah, it's a healing vibration. That's how I like to think of it. So yeah, she uses gongs. She uses 7 different Tibetan singing bowls that are all made from a different precious metal, which are attuned to your 7 chakras. So there'll be some tuning forks. There'll be some gongs. There'll be us. So come down and meet Matt. We're hoping in the spring to hopefully get some hiking going.
Yeah.
The congregation has expressed that we'd like to start taking some of these activities outside. So again, make sure you sign up for the newsletter and check our events calendar just to make sure. We might not be here. Some days we might be at the beach, or we might be out in the woods or something. So
you never know.
You just really never know with us. We like to keep you guessing. Yeah. But anyway, thank you again for everybody who has become a member, and thank you for your support. And I'm probably going to get comfortable. What are we doing today? You're not going to let me get too comfortable, I heard.
No.
Yeah,
for today, I'm actually going to ask if everyone can sit.
In a chair.
So in a chair, maybe have your feet grounded. If you have shoes on with rubber on the bottom, maybe take those off.
So you can ground in a little bit more.
Yeah, so you can ground, because the rubber kind of stops that. Mm-hmm. And we're going to kind of learn a little bit about going into like our central channel and where we want to come from in our daily life. So we're going to do a little bit of a deep breath. I'm actually going to kind of let it go a little bit where it's silent with just some frequency going.
Okay.
And to really fall into this breath pretty deep today.
All right. Well, I need it, and I'm ready, so I'll go take my shoes off. Thank you, Matt.
Okay. Yeah, so just to get started, why don't we just fall into just a nose breath and exhaling out through the mouth. And just let your morning go, let the week go, let yesterday go, and just fall into the present moment. I'm just going to shift a little bit here. So we're just breathing in through the nose, into the stomach. And just a nice long exhale out through the mouth. And just find your breath. Allow for yourself just to kind of fall into the body through the breath. And just become present with right now. And let everything go. And as you're breathing into the stomach, I'm just going to invite you to breathe into the stomach and then to draw up and expand the ribs out, and then up into the chest, expand the chest, and then exhale. So we're just going to add a little bit more in here with this inhale. So it's kind of, we're breathing into the stomach, and then we're just drawing up into the ribs and feeling that expansion, and then up into the chest. And just find your rhythm, what works for you. It doesn't have to be a huge inhale. It's just about finding that rhythm and letting the air travel and do its work, and just let the exhale be a little bit longer to help drop you into this moment right now. And as you're falling into this breath right now, just find the comfort of breathing into the stomach, expanding the ribs, opening up the heart. So there's going to be some movement here of the upper body as you draw into the ribs and opening up the space in the heart. And as you feel this movement, I'm just going to invite you, as you're sitting, to really just to check your spine for a moment. And what we're looking for here is just what Mom always said growing up. Sit up nice and straight. Really have the spine in alignment. The spine is going to come into play as we seek out like our central channel of communication. You might even feel, as you straighten out the spine and drawing everything up into the ribs and into the heart, and then for the exhale, You might even feel like a slight pressure going into the spine as the energy and as the breath moves up. And as you have fallen into this breath now, I just lightly invite you to just scan yourself and ask yourself, what is it that needs to be released right now? What are you feeling within you that's maybe a little tense? Add in any movement that you need to. With this movement is so important. If something's not feeling aligned for you right now, or if there's some tension, if there is any type of energy blockage, and just take a moment and just kind of shift that energy. Move a little bit, breathe into it, and release it on the exhale. And as we fall a little bit deeper into this, I'm just going to invite you to have palms up. Staying with that breath. And just feel it. Don't think about the expansion of the stomach or the ribs and the heart space. Just let it become a natural part of your breath as we discover what is with you right now that we just want to let go of. What's not serving you. What's in your body that's maybe not in alignment. As we can just focus our breath and breathe into that space. Draw the energy into the stomach if it's in the stomach. And now just a nice, good, big exhale, like 3. So we're just really gonna really push the air out and then let it really draw down to nothing. Nice long exhale, maybe a little bit of a sound coming out. And then just drop back into your body. And I invite you now to discover and explore what in you is feeling aligned, what is feeling most alive in your body right now. Staying with the breath, breathing in through the nose. Feel the stomach, feel the ribs, feel the heart open as you scan and discover what is most alive within your body right now. And breathe into that for a moment. Let the shoulders drop. Let the eyes drop. And consciously staying with this breath, just feel it. Have that awareness of your breath. There's no thought, no thinking needed here. It's just having the awareness of how the body feels. As you just become light as you become softer. As you sink into your chair, and just let the body become light and feel this alignment that you're seeking or discovering within yourself. And then just allow for yourself to drop back into the body and just relax with your breath. Let everything come together right now. I invite you to allow for the body to just become one. Beautiful egg-shaped ball of energy in and around you. Can you feel your light inside? Can you feel your energy and the light expanding outside your physical being as you become softer and lighter? And just become this flow of energy right now. Just feel this electric feeling. Just total, complete relaxation. At the same time, we have beautiful awareness to our energy, to our breath, a very heightened sense of awareness right now, as we are in a state of relaxation and shifting into energy, letting go of the physical. And then I just invite you just to drop into any breath that you need to for a minute. And I just want you to sit with this energy, this aliveness within you. Being relaxed in your body does not mean you're tired. It does not mean that you're going to fall asleep. It's about this beautiful sense of energy that you can carry with you all day. A sense of aliveness within you as this energy field opens up more and more around you. It's just growing with each breath. So when we think of the central channel is having really beautiful alignment so that our true self, our wisdom may fully come through. And that we're coming from a place that's intuitive, not of the mind, and not from the emotional body, but really coming from that intuitive place and learning to discover the beauty of this type of alignment and trust. An example of this is the way I teach right now. So when I was younger, I used to do what every teacher does and write up lesson plans and have every second accounted for in a lesson. As you just stay with your breath. As time went on, I wasn't aware of the central channel, but I discovered that without having a name for it or what it was, that this is where I needed to teach from before I even started my spiritual pathway. And so I may have wrote out a few words maybe for the week of what I was looking to accomplish. But I wouldn't go into, say, specifics of what I was exactly going to do. And then I would just trust myself as I would go into the classroom. I was a phys ed teacher, so I'd go into the gym. I would have some stuff ready to go, equipment-wise. But I would just have that trust that what was really needed would just come to me. And I would just trust that. And that forever changed the way I teach. And I do that now. I'm not in schools, but my boss sometimes struggles with it because he wants me writing up these detailed plans. I'm like, I just can't. It's not how I teach anymore. I can write it up after the fact. But it's coming from that intuitive place, that central channel within the body. So what is the central channel? The central channel is our energy centers, what we were talking about that will have affected this Friday night. It's our crown, it's our chakra, it's all of the energy centers. But at the same time, we're going to use a specific breath where we're really going to draw energy and we're going to kind of focus on that spinal cord and drawing the energy up through our centers, up the spinal cord. Into the crown, and we're going to let the energy sit today in the mind. So kind of like at the crown where the third eye is, and we're going to do a breath hold. So the way this breath works to help us find this inner channel of all-knowing, beautiful wisdom, divine knowledge, however you would like to say this. And so I'm just going to lightly invite you just to feel the soles of your feet for a moment. And just allow the soles of your feet to ground to the earth and feel the energy on your inhale come up through the soles. Feel the energy come up and just anchor in to the earth right now just for a moment. Feel the energy at the soles of your feet and just feel the energy And now, just for a moment, as we draw this energy up from the earth, I invite you to just breathe any way that works for you right now. And just inhale that energy all the way up, all the way through the spine, all the way to your crown. No breath holding right now, but just bring the energy to the crown, and then as you breathe out, just allow for the light, the energy from the crown to travel back down through the spine and all the way back down to the soles of your feet. As we create like an alignment here for a moment, connecting and grounding with earth. As we breathe it into the body, up through the spine. And just feel, can you feel this movement of energy? And then in the exhales, we draw the divine light energy down through the mind, through the throat, into the spine, and return that energy to the roots. I invite you just to really try to feel this connection for a moment. Now the breath that we're going to try and do is at your first chakra. I'm going to invite you to, just for a moment, see if you can go deep within your body. And try to tighten up and hold the muscles tight in the first, second, and third chakra. So we're just going to try and squeeze internally as much as you can. Just see if you can find where we kind of tense up for a moment and hold that tension. And just play with this just for a moment. See if you can discover this just for a minute. You can kind of breathe into it, tighten it up, let it go. And then try to draw that up into the spine. So we're kind of from your privates way down in there, up through the stomach and upper stomach, and really kind of tighten up that area. And see if you can just find that ability. And just allow yourself to feel into this. Don't fight with it. Don't be like, I can't do this. Leave the mind out. You are exactly where you are supposed to be right now. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. We're just discovering something new. So just let it be. Allow for yourself to go through this. And now just let everything go. Let it all go. So with this breath, we're going to do 2 inhales. So on the first inhale, we're going to kind of tighten everything up. As we slowly inhale the energy from the first 3 energy centers, we're going to breathe it into the spine. Draw that energy from those, and we're going to try and hold the tightness if we can. We're going to kind of lock in. And then just draw it up. So you're going to have movement with this breath. You can see how I'm kind of coming up a little bit. And so as I do this, and as the energy reaches my head, I invite you at this point to actually take a quick pause with the inhale and then suck in that last bit of energy for that second inhale. So it looks something like this. And I'll try and do it loud so you can hear me. And so it's like a quick shot of extra air going in. It's going to last maybe a quarter of a second because you can't really draw in that much more air. And when we shoot in that second air, that second inhale, very quickly, we're going to hold all of the energy in our mind, right between the crown and the third eye. And I'm going to invite you just to hold your breath for as long as you can. I don't want you to get totally stressed out, but I want you to let that energy sit. And then on your exhale, to really let it go, let the breath go. And then I invite you at this point to see if you can, as you breathe out, to see if you can feel your energy field around you, and just see if it can spiral around, and just see on that exhale, really let it out, and just imagine a spiral of energy through that breath all around your physical being, going back down to the earth. So the breath is something like this. Now you can't really hear me on the second inhale because it's actually hard to bring that in for me. I mean, I get it in, but we're really just drawing it in. And then just try to see the light on the exhale and just see the spinning of energy around your body. And so I'm going to let everyone discover this breath for yourself for a minute. I'm going to breathe with you. And on that exhale, we are letting everything relax as well. And then we re-tighten the first three centers, breathing into the spine. Draw the energy up specifically through that spine. Let the body do any movements that it needs to. I get a lot of movement around my head. And just find the rhythm of this breath. You don't need to force it, just find what rhythm works for you today. As you fall deeper and deeper into the all-knowing, falling deeper and deeper into the present moment of this breath right now. Just let it bring you into full presence. Feel how everything awakens. Feel how this really drops you into beautiful sensations of just knowing, trust, love, compassion. We can live our entire existence right here in this. As we discover this channel, this inner channel, what a beautiful place to bring into each moment, into each interaction, into trust. To trust that the answers and the decisions that we need to make can come from this space. How we speak, how we smile, and just show love for everything and everyone around us. And I'm just going to ask you to just go ahead and finish up your last breath, and then just return to a normal breath for a moment after the next exhale. And then to slowly bring yourself back into the space around you, to bring some movement. Stretch out a little bit. And just let yourself settle into this energy. And just know that the more we practice this, this is something that we can find this every day. You okay over there?
Oh. 2 thumbs up, Matt.
4 thumbs.
Woo.
And so, painful?
A little bit, yeah. It was like just that release part.
Yeah. It takes a little getting used to. There's several different ways of doing this breath. Different practitioners, this is a common breath with some like light. Individuals kind of add in their own little piece to it, especially because I think part of the beauty of breathing too is when you're learning a breath, sometimes the full breath may not work for you, and you can an individual can choose to make like light adjustments, because with the breath, there's never really just this is the way you must do it, and we can kind of discover, and that's part of the beauty of breathing, is to do some self-discovery of what works for individuals as well. But how are you feeling?
Well, I see what you're saying, because I even felt like as I was doing it, it was changing, because it was almost like equivalent to like when you stretch.
Yeah.
It was like I was like, because it was like work. It felt like, breath work. So I had to kind of keep, especially with the tightening, I really became very activated. But then I was like, oh, wait, I can't breathe into my stomach. So I had to realize I had to actually, I was draw like, well, and open my stomach first and then tighten, because if you tighten and then I couldn't feel my belly, you know what I mean? So it's definitely a process of self-discovery, but I really felt the light, moving up, and I really felt like my throat chakra today. I think because we were sitting up, I was really able to sort of like stretch my chest and my heart open more than when I lay down. So, and then obviously it's a lot harder to fall asleep when you're sitting up. So this was a really that was a very powerful.
I was spinning like when we were.
My hands are
exhaling.
Yeah.
It was like the room was like.
Yeah, nice.
I almost for a second was like, "Don't pass out." Yeah, like because everything, my hands are still pulsing and vibrating, and as soon as you had us think about our feet, they almost became itchy. They were so activated that they started tingling and like almost like an itchy sensation for about 10 seconds. It was like so cool. Because I could feel them light right up as soon as I thought about it. So it just shows you the power of your mind and how, really we control everything. We are the masters of our own destiny, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah. No, I feel like, it's interesting too, because I feel like when we do the Reiki in conjunction with the breath work, I can even feel the practitioner's hands, like the heat coming off their hands and like the vibration of their hands, almost as if they had just, like they are a gong. You know what I mean? Like that's like like I can almost hear it. It's weird. But yeah, so that was very, very magical, Matt. Thank you so much. I'm glad we have this one recorded, because I'm going to revisit this one. I mean, we have them all recorded, but this is what I think I can see myself revisiting, and then, practicing maybe even with my kids.
Yeah.
Because you can just do it in a chair, and we can kind of make it a little fun.
Yep.
I mean, I just burst out laughing afterwards too, because it's just it's like you're just not used to controlling yourself in that way.
And this type of breath is associated with several different things. It's associated with tweaking it a little bit. Joe Dispenza uses a similar breath to this for healing, and it's a little bit different than this, but that technique is specific towards. How we really heal the three energy centers. This today was more about bringing our body into alignment, into that channel to, you can take two very similar breaths and have two very different intentions with the breath. Mm-hmm. And when we find this channel, then if we can come from this channel as we shift into the rest of your day, and even like sometimes maybe we should go back to one of the earlier podcasts next week and kind of talk about practices to use during the day, because we don't always have 45 minutes or 20 minutes to sit down. Sometimes we need to use a breath in one or two breaths to bring us back into this if we start to feel that that alignment that's not serving us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So that might be a good topic to bring back up in the next week or two of what can we do to help us find this place when we're active in our day. Because maybe I'm coming in and I'm activating you, pissing you off, and it's like you need to get... And because when you think of that, if I come in and I'm upsetting you, right, then you're allowing my energy to affect your energy. And then so you're not in that central channel within yourself to come from that place.
Right.
And so it's because it's a lot of times it's about maybe we can feel each other's energy, but also we want that gap. Because like maybe if we're sharing a really beautiful energy, it's good to have our energies merge. But if it's something that's like a trigger, we have to have that separation where we're not going to allow for that other person's energy to mix in with ours. and then that's when we go back into the mind.
Kind of like the part
Right.
where you told us to imagine it being pushed out,
Yeah.
right? You kind of create yourself, creating a force field of protective white light and love, right? And then you stop. Like, I've been noticing that with Naomi. There's been a couple of times with my daughter who's 10 that instead of reacting, I'll just go, and she'll go, what? Because I'm taking that minute to breathe instead of, so it's just funny because I'm like, no, I'm just going to pause, but she knows that, when I do that, it's me trying to make sure that I come across in a certain way, but then they always are like, oh God, what did I do?
What you gonna do now?
Yeah.
Right.
So, but no, I appreciate this more than you know, Matt. And I guess it is about that 45-minute mark.
It's about that time.
It's about that time to get our day rolling. Good luck with whatever else it is you guys are doing today. Make sure to subscribe and like our YouTube channel. And please share it with some friends that you think might benefit from yoga on Wednesday and breathwork on Tuesday. So we do go live twice a week on Facebook and YouTube. We might not always stay on the those platforms. So for now, follow us on YouTube, and soon this might be all member content that lives on our website. But we'll see how we progress. So right now, PCSM Church on YouTube and Instagram. And then, of course, Irie Bliss Wellness is the church's #1 sponsor. And we stream on Facebook on my Irie Bliss page. So, so please share with your friends. And thank you guys for tuning in.
And come on down Friday night for the sound bath.
Definitely come down Friday night.
Again, this is a fundraiser. I think it's important because usually we ask for a donation.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
It's
a $25 minimum. There's no maximum, and we do actually have a couple of people that are willing to sponsor other folks. So if you can't afford it, you can DM me. We do have at least 2 tickets right now that other people are sponsoring for those in need. So please, we won't turn anybody away either, obviously. So, but we would appreciate it if you RSVP because that will help us get an accurate head count for the offerings, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, and just talk to us. We can always help.
Yeah.
Have a beautiful day. Love y'all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.